Yeah, we very like. I just had a word in my head. I lost it, but we very confident in what we do. We just got to stick to the game plan and just finish. We've been doing individual things, but we just got to stick to the game plan that we've been working on the whole week and apply it to the game and finish and get it done.
How much has the rushing game, the opposing rushing game, bothered you guys in the last? Which I think you were 66 a game until the KC game, and it's been over 4 straight over 100, well over 100. How much does that bother you guys?
It don't bother. I love to play every defensive snap and all that, but we just got to go out there and do our best thing and trust the offense, go out there and do their best, and try to win the game at the end of the day.
There's always talk about rookie walls. Do you feel like you're at any kind of wall right now, or how do you feel physically?
I feel good.
This is longer than you played before, obviously.
I feel good. Obviously it's things hitting me little by little, but I still feel good. I still have a positive mindset, come in with a smile every day, and I'm ready to work.
When you say little by little, what kind of things are?
Just like in the game where I'm getting more double teams, and now I gotta work on beating. When I beat the first guy, it's time to beat the second guy. It's not I say like second rushes and stuff like that.
So that you can feel them trying to do different stuff based on
yes, sir.
What you've done so far. They're trying to game plan for you maybe a little more.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jalen, we hear that when there's some adversity, the leaders in the room have to kind of step up. Who's done that for this group, and what have they kind of been telling everyone?
Pretty much everybody's leaders. A lot of people said something, even where if we got guys who's leaders who talk to the head coach and they got their own little group, there's still other guys who probably considered not leaders who still step up and say something. So you really pretty much getting positive feedback from everybody. Even I might say something, even though I'm a rookie, so it might not be to everybody. I might say something like somebody one-on-one or something like that, but everybody's pretty much talking, just trying to stay positive.
Has that kind of been the message, or what has been sort of the message floating around the locker room?
Yeah, that's the message. Just stay positive. Things happen. And, we're facing adversity right now, but it's time to step up. Let's work. Keep working.
Yes, is that kind of weird? Because you never really had to deal with that at Georgia.
Yeah, it's different. I went to college at Georgia, and went 15-0 and had good records, but I lost before. I lost in college. I lost in Little League, so I know how it feels to lose, and it's not a good feeling. But you win some, you lose some, but you try to win most times.
Do you ever remember a game in college where the defensive line just took over the game?
Tennessee, I say 2022, Tennessee. It was a lot of games, but Tennessee was my favorite. I like playing against Tennessee.
Is there anything better than that in a game where you guys you just know we control the game?
Man, it's nothing better, man. When you a D-line or any position, I think when our receivers have a good game, they feel very highly of themselves and all that. But as a D-lineman, and when the other D-lineman and me myself have a good game, you just feel very good.
In the draft, there was a lot of talk about Seattle as a possibility for you. Is that something you thought could have happened?
No, it could have happened. I did a 30-for-30 with them. It was smooth. I talked to the coaches. It went good, but, of course, they didn't pick me. I'm here with the Eagles, and I'm standing with the Eagles, but I'm ready to play.
I know it's behind you, but how did you feel coming out of the Cowboys game? Did you feel like that wasn't one of your better games? Or?
Yeah, of course. It showed on film. What we do in the game shows on film. Anybody can watch the film. It felt like it wasn't, me personally, one of my best games. I can't speak on everybody. Everybody feels a different way about how they played. But, me personally, it wasn't my best game.
Is it weird you get your first NFL touchdown, but it's to have those conflicting feelings?
Yeah, it's weird. Touchdown little to me. I got to get better with the simple things, hand placement, and moving around, staying in my gap, etc. Yes, sir.
When you guys got to watch the touchdown back, though, what people were remarking about the speed?
Yeah, there was like, how fast you ran? I was chilling. There's some. I want to ask them, what the speed was that I hit. I ain't get to that yet.
Yeah. Try to find that out. They have that.
I'm gonna find that out.
I think you were faster than Jordan when you chased down.
No. Jordan was moving now. And, that's chasing down somebody. I got the ball, and I was looking back, so it was like nobody but 2 O-linemen right there. I feel like I could beat the O-lineman. And, Jordan chased down the QB. Some QBs are pretty fast, and that's an athletic man over there. Yeah.
So, Jason, this week, obviously, we've talked about adversity before. Have you seen the response from the team that you wanted to see?
Yes. I think we're out here working. We're out here trying to get better. Everybody's here with a purpose. practicing has been great. I don't think that that's ever been part of the issue. So I think, everybody's here trying to correct things, work on their craft. There's energy at practice. There's purposeful coaching and purposeful attention to detail. But I mean, that's been here. I think, I'll really see if everything's heading in the right direction. We'll see this week.
Jason talked about this earlier this year about having never beaten Seattle in your career.
True, yes.
Only team to.
I don't know if that's true, but Cincinnati, we didn't beat Cincinnati. That's right, we tied them the one year.
From there, too. That hurts, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've only played them with.
Yeah.
I think it's because the first year I played them in 2012, or we played them, I was hurt. So, yeah, not a lot of opportunities, but we've played Seattle a lot, and they've had our number.
What makes that place tough to play in?
It's loud. It's an environment that makes it difficult to communicate. You got to be on top of the snap count. You got to be on top of your assignment. Whenever an environment is loud and the fans are into it, it makes it challenging offensively to communicate and be on the same page.
We don't talk about the silent count that much, but it's normally the right guard kind of responsible for that. If you have Sue in there or whoever else in there, how much does that change?
It can change a lot. I mean, the key of the silent count is all timing, right? So if a new guy's in there and the timing's off, it can take the unit a little bit of getting used to. But the benefit for us is Sue has not only played this year, but he's played a lot for us. So I think everybody feels very comfortable with him operating it if he has to. And Steen has played, so whoever's operating the silent count will feel good with.
What's your reaction to seeing a 41-year-old Jason Peters on the other team this week?
I mean, I've saw him on tape and playing all this year. I don't know if there's anything that guy can do that's going to amaze me more than he already has. He was the most impressive, has been the most impressive physical athlete I've ever played with. Still remember the first pass that he took, and it wouldn't surprise me if that guy plays for another decade, to be honest with you. He's a very, very gifted individual. He's smart, loves the game. So I'm certainly happy that he's still doing what he loves.
Jason, what's the locker room like? What's the message from the leadership group this week?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's the same thing. It's continue to work, continue to try and get better. I think, it's everybody just taking a little bit more ownership. Everybody having energy out there at practice. I think that, Stout likes to say execution fuels emotion. And I think that there's no question that it does. But sometimes emotion can fuel execution. And, I think that, we got a lot of people here that care. And I think when you care and things aren't going well, guys get pissed off or guys get more into it. And I think that the team's responding in the right way.
Do you think yesterday Nick's changing of the schedule, was that more about messaging or more about trying to...
You'd have to ask him. I think we're a team that needs to work and needs to get better. That's how I took it. If it's about messaging, I try not to read between the lines. It's enough trying to figure out what's going on. So you'd have to ask him.
Jason, is there anything since you last beat the Seahawks, I think it was 08? Not you weren't.
Yeah, I was not here.
Is there anything you can put your finger on why things haven't always gone as well as you did against them?
Well, first of all, there's a lot of teams that haven't beat the Seahawks. They've been a very good team over the last decade plus. Pete Carroll's a great coach. For a stint there, they had probably the greatest defense of the last decade, arguably, at least. So they've had a lot of winning teams and a lot of good football. I think we've been close a couple times, but close is only good in horseshoes and whatever else they say. So there you go. Looking forward to getting another opportunity to go out there with the guys in this locker room and try and get things corrected and put forth a much better performance this week.
Does it seem kind of weird that it's been 3 years since you last played him, but I think that was the last game where Carson started and finished the game and stuff as an Eagle. Like, so much has changed.
Well, he didn't finish that game.
Seattle, I thought he was.
That's the one that he got hurt.
Yeah. Oh, no, I meant when you played him like 3 years ago in the regular season. 2020.
Oh,
That was the week before.
trying to even remember that one.
That was before like Green Bay, I think, when he came out.
And then he came out the next week after Green Bay. Yeah.
I mean, does it seem kind of weird that like so much has changed in such a short amount of time since then?
No, things change so fast in this league. It's 3 years ago, or I guess 4 years ago at this point. Doug Peterson was the head coach, and then before that it was Chip Kelly, and before that it was Andy Reid, and in Chip's tenure, felt like we had a different starting quarterback every year, and so the league changes very rapidly, and it waits for no one. We've had a lot of success here, but we've also had a lot of turnover, and the organization has done a phenomenal job of continuing to move forward.
I think
It's your first time with the Eagles playing against DK. What's kind of the relationship, and what was that like playing with him back then?
Man, it was always a great time playing with a great friend. I'm excited to play against him again. I think last time I got the best of him, but I think he had the better game though. But just to see him, everything he's accomplished, it means a lot. Just to see how hard he works, and I know how hard he works to be in this position he is in today. So I'm happy for him. Good to see him. I'm happy to see him again. Yeah.
What was that combination like back in college? 'Cause you guys were both kind of.
Yeah, it was special, man. It was special when it definitely clicked, man. We just used to kind of just feed off each other, Like I said, we worked extremely hard. We used to live together. We have a special relationship. So,
What's this week been like for you guys? Just trying to get over the loss and kind of flip the page.
I think just putting your foot in front of the other. Taking it a day at a time, focusing as much as you can. Trying to dial in, and that's what it's been like.
Do you have kind of like a process that how to go through it and when to kind of get over the loss, so to speak?
I mean, honestly, you got to get over the loss kind of quick. Honestly, you can feel a way about it. You can let it motivate you, but honestly, you have to get over it and you have to look ahead. You can't dwell. Adversity makes the weak weaker or the stronger stronger. And you just got to continue to work hard and continue to try to come out of it.
What have you known so far from this Seattle secondary? Where you guys see?
Man, to be honest, man, I truly feel like they're really good defense. I don't think it's no weakness on their defense. So we got to come out and we got to play our best. We got to play our style of football. Not turn the ball over. Me personally, I know I got to hold on to the football. So.
When you look back at some of the rub routes that you guys have tried to run, there's a small margin of error on some of those. How do you go about making sure that those plays end up working for you guys a little better?
I mean, you just got to try to get in the way and then get out the way as quick as possible. I think the last 2 weeks I got a penalty and Smitty got a penalty. It's a reaction thing, and you just don't know how the DB is going to react. And we're trying to do what we're taught. Trying to go on that upfield shoulder and get out the way. But like you just say, DBs run. They trying to run into you on purpose. So unfortunately, it got us. So.
As I'm sure you know, the media's made a big deal about DK learning sign language to talk trash.
Yeah.
Is that kind of consistent with his personality from back then? And with you, is he going to do sign language, or will he?
I mean, yes. DK is one of a kind, man. He's always thinking of things and just trying to be different because he's a different person, man, and that's what makes him special, And I think it's pretty cool. He's talking trash and sign language. I don't think nobody ever done that before, So.
And last week you told Zach that Keely Ringo is kind of like an overlooked player on the could you expand on that thought?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm
great effort and energy in practice.
Yeah, I'm honestly, man, you have to be really careful what you say here in Philly because I get attacked, he get attacked. But yeah, man, I have faith in him, man. I say that it's the sky's the limit for him. I'm still gonna, give my teammate confidence. Like I said, he does have the potential to be an all-pro cornerback. Who says he can't be? And because I know when he go against me at practice, he give me great work. He's competing at a high level. So why not? You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm at my top of my game. So he's covering me. So why not? I'm sorry, excuse my French, but but why not? But honestly, you gotta be careful what you say here in Philly.
No, that was just a genuine
Okay, I got you.
Appreciate it.
There's a stat that was released about when teams cover you too high and single coverage, and you said they held you last week against the zero catches were too high. What have you known? Have you seen more teams playing that type of style coverage, and what do you have to do to attack that?
I don't know. I think I guess whenever I get my opportunities, of course they try to take me away or limit me, but whenever I get my opportunities, I got to make the most of them. Honestly, I didn't feel like I had a bad game. I fumbled the ball, but I didn't feel like I had a bad game. It was weird. I think people just kind of get caught up into what the commentators say. They don't necessarily be right, don't necessarily be true. And we get the blame for it. But it is what it is. But I can't do nothing about that. I just whenever I get my opportunity, I got to make the most of it.